Shalom, Israel. Wood ICPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. On today's ICPK Chattanooga scripture breakdown, we're going to talk about how the system was never meant to protect blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And we're going to give you a little brief history of, policing, the origin of policing, where it came from, and why. And when we give you this history, then our people going to start to understand why they unaliven you on these streets, and they get away with it, and you can't get no justice. No matter how much you protest, no matter how much you beg them, no matter how much you say no, hands up, don't shoot, and they still unalive you on these streets, and they get away with it. Then you're gonna fully understand why they get away with it, because the system was never meant to protect blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And then when we go into the history where police came from, you're gonna see why they get away with all these, unaliving our people like this so much. And then you're gonna see why this system was never meant for you. It was never meant to protect you. They say it was they claim to protect and serve, but now if you're a black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, now you gotta ask yourself, who are they protecting and serve? Who are they sworn to protect and serve? And you know it's not you. You should know it's not you. When they say protecting and serving, they're talking protecting and serving their own, man. That's who they talking about, protecting and serving, not you, black man and Hispanic and Native Indian man. And we should see that as a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we should see that by now that this system has failed us, man. It was never meant for us, man. It has never been meant for us and never will be meant for us. No matter how long we'll be marching and begging, and it's like what 2023 now, and it's still going on. That should be an eye opening for our people to realize that this system never gonna change. It's never gonna help you out. It was never meant for you, man. And that's what our people should realize and see, that they need to stop begging these oppressors. They need to stop marching and protesting, because that is not gonna change. Because the more you beg and protest, what they do, the more they unalive you on these streets, man. The more they're gonna keep doing it over and over, because they see that they're gonna get away with it. And then when the police do it, what you think they're gonna happen? They're gonna find guilty, get fired. They're gonna get fired, and then what you think gonna happen? They're gonna move to a different state and go apply for a police officer job and do the thing all over again. And who you think is in them police uniform? The same people that were doing the policing back in the days is the same people that you see in the police form right now. All they're doing right now, they're having a badge and a gun, and they're doing it the legal way now. So they get away with it, you know. So we're gonna give you a brief history of where policing came from, man. Where this modern day police came from, man, and that why it was never meant to protect and serve you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. And now you gonna fully understand this, why each time they unalive you on the streets, they get away with it, and you get no justice. You get no, you can't get no rest, man. No matter where you turn, no matter where you go at, they're gonna always harass you, man. So we're gonna go to the origins of modern day policing. The origins of modern day policing. Tough on crime. Tough on crime. Laws have put in unprecedented number of non-violent offenders behind bars, and our neighborhoods feel no more secure. This system has a deep roots in slavery. This system have a deep roots connected to slavery, man. Now that's where you get your modern day policing from, man. It has something to do with you being in police in slavery. Now I say slave patrols. That was the term back then used for it, man. Slave patrol, meaning that they have to patrol the slave. They have to keep the slave in check, you know. So we're gonna go. The origins of modern day policing can be traced back to the slave patrol. The earliest form of slave patrol was created in the Carolinas in the early 1700s. One mission. That was where it first started at, in the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, because they had major slave over there, man. Just like we went to in North Carolina, the slave plantation, what people was actually housing enslaved with, you know. So they had slaves back then. That's where the police, that's where the former slave patrol came from. And that's where you get your modern day police from, man. It started as a slave patrol. And then with one mission, they only talking about one mission. Their mission was only to do one thing and nothing else, man. To establish a system of terror. And you want to know why? You get unalive on the streets and you get no justice, man. You get no help. You keep marching and begging and protesting, and you see they continue doing it over and over and over. Because that system, like I said, was never meant to protect you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, but it was always meant to cause terror, man, to establish terror. That's what this system was about, to establish terror upon the slave, man. And now you come to your modern day policing, and they're doing the same thing to establish terror against the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's why you get unalive on these streets and you still cannot get no justice. Because this what that one mission was. It started in the Carolinas in the 1700s with one mission to establish a system of terror and to squash slave uprising with the capacity to pursue, apprehend, and return runaway slaves to their owners. And that was their mission, man. To establish terror, man. To establish fear into you, man. Because, back then, the slave, they trying to run away. They're trying to get away. They're trying to leave the plantation. But what the slave master do? They hire, the so-called KKK. That's who your police are today. That's who they is. That's who the slave owner hired to go capture you, man. When the slave used to run away, they hire them KKK members, and that's who you got in your police uniform right now. In them blue outfit, a badge and a gun, and a baton to whack you across your head with it. They're the same people that been patrolling you while you was enslaving. They're the same people that's patrolling your neighborhood right now and causing all type of terror upon the blacks and Hispanic and Native Indian, man. Because now our people living in constant fear. Like, when is gonna be my last day? If this gonna be my last day, I get pulled over by police for a traffic stop for speeding, and then next thing you know, you get your head blown off or get 60 rounds shooting your back. And that's the constant fear that our people living in right now. That was the system that they established, man, to establish terror and squish slave uprising with the capacity to pursue, apprehend, and return runaway slaves to their owners. Tactics include the use of excessive force to control and produce desired slave behavior, man. So they had to use excessive force, man. So they had to bring you back to the owner by any means necessary, and they have to beat you halfway deaf, to beat you till you're halfway dead, or chop up your legs or whatever, man, or let them dogs loose on you. As long as they bring you back to the slave owner, that's all they care about. They ain't care about nothing else. And that was the same people right now. And if you look at back in history, like back in the 60s, during more MLK Day when we were protesting, all people getting water hose, getting dog loose on them, getting beat down just for protesting. And it's been going on ever since, man. Ever since all people been enslaved. That's what we're telling our people. Y'all need to stop marching and begging these people for justice, because you is not finna get it. You is not finna get justice, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. You are not, man. Because this system is clearly telling you why you not gonna get no justice from these people, man. Because the same people that was doing it back then is the same people that's doing it right now. Now they just in a uniform. Now they pledge allegiance to whatever they swore by the Bible to protect and serve. But we all know who they protecting and serve. It's them shame you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. But they causing fear upon you, man. They causing you to live in fear, man. That's what they doing. And we're gonna see why they do it, man. I'm gonna go into the scriptures right quick, give you a couple of scriptures. Ain't done reading the article. Okay, we're gonna go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. And we're gonna see why they do these things to you, man, and why they unalive you on these streets and you get no justice and you can't get no mercy from these people, man. You can't, they don't have no type of compassion towards you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. And they see that the police force, the police system is corrupted. They see that the system is corrupted, man. But their mission was all along to cause terror upon you, man, cause you to live in fear. And but they do nothing about it. But yet you let an Asian get killed. They're gonna put a law out that you cannot kill no Asian or no African or no Chinese man or no Arab man. But we've been on this country for over 400 years, been getting brutalized, police brutality all over, man. And they do nothing about it. And I'm gonna just tell you why they do nothing about it. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. That's why, man. They have a perpetual hatred or everlasting hatred towards you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. And why they have that perpetual hatred towards you? Because they know you are God's chosen people, man. They know that the Most High has chosen you, man, to rule this earth. So they're trying to eliminate as much black, Hispanic, and Native as much as they can, man. So we won't rule the earth. But they know that time is coming when we're going to rule the earth, man. They have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. That's why when you get unalive on the street by the police officers, you get no justice, man. You get no mercy from these people, man. Especially from the courthouse, especially from the judge and the prosecutor. You get no justice, man. Yeah, they might tell them, okay, they found the police officer and guilty, send them to 5 years or 10 years. The max they're gonna do is about 2-3 years, and then get the hell out on probation, or some of them just get fired and they go apply for another police officer job in another state and repeat the same thing over and over, because they have a perpetual hatred for you, man. Because thou has a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, man. And what's the modern day sword today? You getting shot 60 times in your back, or 8 times in your back, or getting your head blown out. The gun is the modern day sword today, man. The sword is the modern day. The gun is the modern day sword, man. So they shed the blood of the children of Israel. And who's the children of Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You don't see no police killing no African, but they claim that we're African American, right? But you don't see no you don't see no African getting killed. You don't see no Chinese man getting killed. You don't see no oppressor getting killed. You don't see no Arab or East Indian getting killed. But you do see a lot of blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian getting killed, man. Cause why? They have shed the blood of the children of Israel. That lets you know, black man, you are the children of Israel. Because they know who you are. They know you are God's chosen people, that the Most High has chosen you, man. So they have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. And that's why this system is never going to work for you, man. It was never meant to protect you, man. So stop relying on this system to give you justice, because you're not going to get it. Only person that's going to give you justice is the Most High, when he sent Christ and the angels to deliver, to put judgment on these people, man, on the earth, man. That's the only time you're going to get justice. But you look into a nation that's not going to help you, man, that always had a perpetual hatred for you. You're looking to the wrong people for help, man, for justice, man. Talking about no justice, no peace. You're never going to get it in this system. It was never meant for you, man. And had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that the iniquity had an end. So we know what the modern day sword is, man. That gun. That's why these people get away with it, man. That's why they shoot you 100 times, however time they want to do it. And they say it was justified. Like, how can that be justified? If this man running away from you, but you say you feel like you feel your life was in danger. How you felt your life in danger, but he running away from you? He running away from you. I mean, if he was running towards you, then you could say, okay, my life was in danger, so I had no other way but to shoot him 60 times. But he running away from you, man. You're gonna shoot him 60 times in the back, or 8 times in the back, or blow his head out while he's reaching for his license to give to you, and you feel like your life was in danger. And that's the same excuse they use over and over. They use the same excuses over and over, man. And you know what happened to them? They get fired and go apply for a new job, or they say it was justified. And that is why, they get away from with this, man. Okay, we're gonna read some more. It said that's when they, this when they swearing and to serve and protect, whatever, blah 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 blah, what that nonsense. I patrol's name, whatever their name is, they goes, I do swear, I such and such do swear that I would has searcher for guns, do swear that I would have searcher for guns, sword, and other weapons amongst the slaves in my district, faithfully and as privately as I can, discharge the trust reposed in me, as the law directs, to the best of my power. So help me God. North Carolina Slave Patrol oath. And that's where it started at. In North Carolina, same place we had the Passover. It's the same place where these so-called Jewish men, others trying to stop the Lord's Passover, man. Talking about, the North Carolina is hosting the hate crime, but they're the biggest racist people on earth, man. But they're trying to call us a hate crime. This happened in North Carolina in the 1700s, man. Because why? They have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. So if you're thinking you're gonna get justice from these people, man, you might as well think again. And we as black, Hispanic, Native Indian, I mean, we see that we ain't getting no justice. But people just thinking for 1 second that one day they're gonna get justice. Nah, you ain't gonna get no justice. like I said, if they give them like 10, 5 years, they're only gonna do with 2 years, 3 years, and get out on probation. And then they're gonna apply for another job, another policing job, and repeat the same cycle over and again. And they're gonna just keep on repeating it. Because they know the system know who they attacking. They know who they must go after, man. It's like a couple of videos they've been showing, they used to show on YouTube, like where this lady talking about she feared for her life, and the officer said, why? It's like, I see what y'all be doing, and he like, we only kill black, we only unalive black people. And that he said that on camera. So that let you know who they targeting, man. Slave patrols continue until the end of the Civil War and the passage of the 13th Amendment. Following the Civil War, during Reconstruction, slave patrol were replaced by militant-style groups who were empowered to control and deny access to equal rights to freed slaves, man. So it continued, man. But now they changed it from slave patrol and was replaced by military-style groups who were empowered to deny access to equal rights to freed slaves. So even though you was free, they came up with a group. They came up with a group so you won't have no rights. Because back then, we were trying to fight for equal rights, equality. They ain't want that. They ain't want that, man. They wanted you to still be a slave so they could hunt you down and still terrorize you, still put fear in your heart, still put fear, when I say heart, me in your mind. And that's all they wanted to do. And now they doing it now. Because now they got a badge, they got a uniform, they got a gun, they got handcuffs, they could hog tie you however they want, they could beat you and get away with it, man. Due to the fact that for thou has had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. By the force of the sword, man. The force of the sword. Modern day sword today is the gun, man. That's what the modern day sword is, man. Is that gun that they're looking to blow your head off while you're asking for your license and registration, and you reaching to get it, bomb, you gone. And they asked him why he shot him. Why you shot him for? I feel my life was in danger, but you just asked the man to get his license and registration. Where is he gonna get the registration? Because we know everybody leave their registration in the glove compartment. So Yeah. And then there was this one dude I seen. It was an autistic man. He just sitting down. Police told him lay on his stomach, and when he laid on his stomach, he shot him. But the man survived. But then when they asked him why he shot him, he just said, "I don't know." Like it's like they take us as a game, like we some hunting game, like we just practice target for them, man. And that's how the system works. Find the nearest black neighborhood you could go to, terrorize it, unalive as many black Hispanic that you want, and you go scot free. And they'll applaud you for, and they'll applaud them for that, man. Some of them beginning to applaud for that, man. Talking about good work, man. Good job. I know what you. I know you. What you did. What must have. You did what you had to do, man. You know. The relentlessly and systematically enforced black codes, strict local and state laws that regulated and restricted access to labor, wages, voting rights, and general freedom for formerly enslaved people. So they ain't wanting you to have no type of nothing, man. Okay, it's like in 1869, ratification of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, technically granting equal protection to African American, and that's still a lie because we still don't get no protection. We still getting unalive on these streets, and we don't get no justice for it. So what rights, what protection do we have? Look, it's 2023. What protection does black men have, or Hispanic and Native Indian men? Why does Mexican children still in the border in the cages then? What protection do we have? They ain't meant to protect us, man. And you clearly see the oath that they made is to say, it's the our patrollers named do swear that I will have searcher for guns, swords, and other weapons amongst the slave. Amongst the slave. So, and it's 2023. So that let you know who they was to protect, who they was causing terror upon, who they was harassing. They ain't harassing their own people, man. Okay, we're finna get some more. Go to the book of Zechariah. Mm. Now we're gonna go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Now we're gonna see, man, like, and this Bible is speaking the truth, man. That's why we say the King James Version Bible, this Bible is your book, black man. This is your history, man. This letting you know who it's talking about, man. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And that's what happened in this system, man. In this system that we ain't living in right now, so-called to swear and protect you, knowing that it's not protecting you, black man. This is whose possessors slay them. And how do you slay somebody? You slay somebody by unaliving them, man. That's what they mean by slaying. And hold themselves not guilty. And the first thing they do when they go to court, plead not guilty. First thing they go do. And they on live camera shooting you 20, 40 times in the back or blowing your head off. And then they go to court and say, not guilty. I'm not guilty. That nigga deserved it. So they hold themselves not guilty, man. They'll kill you right there on live camera and still go to court and say they're not guilty. Because you know why? They know they're going to get away with it. That's why they say they is not guilty. That's why the scripture says who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty, man. And all people still getting hung on trees behind police station. Now they talking about he done committed suicide. And this man was about what? 6 foot, saying legs still touching the ground. So how he committed suicide? This man, his legs touching the ground, but yet, and they because they hold themselves not guilty, man. They slay you and say there is not good. Now they gonna say, oh, the first thing the police chief say, whatever say, or he committed suicide. So you just tie yourself on the tie rope around your neck and jumped off the tree, and the tree wasn't even that damn tall. So that let you know, man, who this system is really protecting, who is really not protecting. To say it's not protecting you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, because your possessor gonna slay you and hold themselves not guilty, go to court and plead not guilty, and everybody see it on camera, on live camera, what happened. Now reverse that. Now you see what happened to them five black officers that killed their brother in Memphis. They thought they could have do the same thing like the oppressors do. The first thing, they got fired ASAP and they get in charge ASAP. But now the oppressors do it. They go to court and find not guilty, or they get fired, or they sentence it to 5-10 years and do 2 years and get out on probation. And that's how the system going, and that's how the system works. Because the same people that was patrolling you back then, which was called slave patrol, the same people that's doing it right now. They just in a uniform now. And they're the same member of KKK. And who's the KKK? You know, they Christians. But Christians supposed to love everybody, right? Like they say God's supposed to love everybody. The same people that's claiming to be Christian is the same people that's unaliving you on these streets when they got this uniform on, man. When they got their badge and gun on. And it's like, and they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich." And their own shepherds pity them not. And they got rich off the backs of backs of blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. That's how this country became rich, man. Off the back of us, man. And they say their own shepherd pity them not. Where Jesse Jackson at? Where L. Sharpton at? Where Creflo Dollar at? Where TD Jake at? Where them at? They see what's going on. They don't, and the first thing they do when what happened, the first thing when the only time you're gonna see them is when the government, they slave masters, send them out there to keep us hush, not to cause no riot. That's the only time you're gonna see them out there. On that, they're not gonna speak up, man. They don't have no type of pity for us, man. All they care is about money, 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 because they was brought out, man. They was brought out to sold us out. They don't speak out about the police brutality that's going on in the neighborhood, man. The only people that do is the ISBK under Commander General Yohana. Every time something happened to our people, we the first one. We the only one that speak up, man. Ain't nobody else gonna speak up. Your Christian church is not gonna speak up, man. Cause they pity you now. They have no pity for you, man. They have no sympathy for you. But they claim that you gotta love everybody, you gotta forgive everybody. But you see what's going on around this world. You see what's going on in our community. You see how this police harassing us, doing whatever they can to us, and no matter what we do, we still can't get no justice. Cause our shepherd pity us not, man. Okay, by the 1900s, local, come on, D. It's lucky. It's lucky. Let's see this word right quick in the dictionary. Okay. So back then, they began to establish police departments, enforce local laws. In the East and Midwest, included the Jim Crow laws. So these cities lean on police, enforce and exert excessive brutality on African Americans who violated any Jim Crow law. Jim Crow laws continued through the end of the 1960s. So now they established. Now back then in the 1900s, they started establishing towns and cities. I mean, so like back then, the towns and cities started enforce establishing police department. Now they went from slave patrol to militant style. Now they started establishing police departments, and also with the Jim Crow laws. And now, so the city they was leaning on the police. They was, you know, they was putting their trust on the police. They was so the police could exert all type of excessive force on African Americans. So this telling you right here that who the system was meant to protect and was not meant to protect. And that was in the 1900s. And they claim that it ended in the 1960s. But we all know it's still going on till this day. It is still going on to this day, man. So they was leaning on the police. They was counting on the police, man, to use excessive force, brutality on Africans, American, you so-called black men, Hispanic and Native Indian men. So these cities that so-called that Christian, and we all know they was Christians. So they was counting on the police, man, to use these type of forces on us. And this force is still going on to this day. This type of brutality is still going on to this day, man. Because that's the system they had implemented to keep you in check. For you not to, uprise against them or trying to run away. So now they say anyone that violate any Jim Crow law. So now they started, so that let you know, man, this system or this society is not meant for you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. But yeah, our people want to love everybody. We want to march and beg the oppressor for justice. So that's why they say, man, verse in the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5, whose possessor slay them and hold himself not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Back then they had the auction for us, man. They was auctioning our people to different slave masters, and they were just distributing slave from different slave masters, and to go do certain tasks, go plant this, go harvest this and that, and that's how they got rich, man. And that's how they got rich. They got rich off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. They didn't get rich off no damn African, because we is not Africans. Okay. Now we're gonna go to this now, like where it says in the book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 18. Okay, so this is gonna tie down with this one here. Okay, it goes. Let's see. The crisis in policing is the accumulation of 1,000 other failures: failures of education, social service, public health, gun regulation, criminal justice, and economic development. The continuing bias. The criminal justice system is heavily impacted by the bias of police mentality and outdated juridical persistence. The system is largely divided by racial disparities, and the black community continues to be a target. The results are brutal and long lasting. So now they got this criminal system, and they say the black communities continue to be a target. So that lets you know who they targeting, who they after. They is not after nobody else, man. They is not after the African, the Chinese, the Arab. You see China, the Chinese, man, they got their own town. They got Chinatown. Do the police ride around there and target them and shoot them? The African, they live in their own little place. Do the police drive around and harass them? No. The Arab man, the East Indian man, they don't ride around them. But you black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, they ride in your neighborhood. You continue to be a target until this day. You still a target, man. You still a target to this day. And this gonna tie down with this when it says the book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 18. We're gonna start off at 17. As for us, our eyes has yet felt for our vain help, and all watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. And the more we get, the more they unalive us, man. The more we protest, the more we march, the more we beg, and we look into a nation that cannot save us. It's a vain help. We asking these people for help, for justice, man. But they continue targeting the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. They don't go nowhere else and cause no terror. But your neighborhood, they do, man. They terrorize your neighborhood, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. And they say the result are brutal and long lasting, man. And they let you know it's been happening for years, man, for decades, man. And it's still happening to this day. And we keep helping, marching and begging these people for help. Talking about justice, no peace, hands up, don't shoot. They look at you and laugh at you, man. Continue them unaliving you on these streets because they don't care about you, man. They see you as like a piece of nothing. They see you like the scum of the earth, man. Like you is nothing. Like your life means nothing, man. You just a property that they could dispose of whenever you are not useful to them anymore. That's how they look at you, man. That's why they consider you 3/5 of a man. And it's still in the Constitution. It still haven't changed. And yet they claim that we had a black president, so why Barack can change that then? It's still in there. They look at you like you just property. They could throw away anytime they want. And by throwing you away, they going to get rid of you. So they're going to get rid of you by using the modern day sword, which is the gun today, man. But we keep looking for a nation that cannot save us, man. It's a vain help. They will never help you. Because this system was implemented in place to cause terror among the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. It was never meant to help you out, man. It was never meant to protect you, man. They're not here to serve you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, but they're here to serve their own people, man. So you looking to these people, you marching and asking them and begging them for help. You're never gonna get it. And we see that till this day, we never get no justice, man. No matter how many times we beg these people. And they see it too. They're like, well, these people coming to me when we doing this oppressing them. Why they coming to us asking to give them justice? We're gonna continue oppressing you. Because they know they know how the system was made for. They know who it was made for. It was made to stop you, black men, Hispanic and Native Indian men, to cause terror upon you. Verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, and the days of and our days is fulfilled, for our end is come. And that's why you cannot go in your own neighborhood, man, without being terrorized, without you being harassed, without you getting pulled over by the police, man. You can't go in your own neighborhood for that, man. That's why I say in the black community continues to be target, and the result are brutal and long lasting, man. And now you see why you be getting unalive on the streets and they get away with it and you gonna get no justice. Cause this what this system was made for. If they said is one mission was to establish terror, man. That's what the mission was about, to establish terror upon you, to terrorize you, man. So now our people still want to keep on marching and begging, man. You're not gonna get it. You is not finna get it, man. So stop thinking these people gonna change. They is not gonna change. Is it all cruelty begins with dehumanization, not seeing the face of the other, not seeing the whole humanity of the other. A culture of regime of the humanization has been constructed in many police departments, and that fertile ground, so like a ground, racial bias can spread and become entrenched. So that's why when you go and you see like the black man that was running, he jogging and he just went through the what you call it, you know, he just went through the house to check this, to look at the house that was being built, and then the man was a, what was he? An ex-police officer called his son while he jogging, and they hit him with the shotgun, hit him with the car first. They hit him with the car, then shoot him in the back with the shotgun. You know, what's the brother name? Hamad Aubrey. Yeah, Hamad Aubrey. He jogging through his neighborhood. You can't even go through your own neighborhood, man, without being targeted. You can't even jog through your own neighborhood without being targeted, man. Cause they say they hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our own streets, man. Our own neighborhood is not safe, man. For your own neighborhood is not safe for you. Cause anytime you get pulled over by a police officer in your own neighborhood, you get your head blown out. But let us would have had that unity and that brotherhood, man, and we stick together. You think all that police killing wouldn't happen, man? Nah, man, cause we would have had that brotherhood, man. That's what we're lacking in the black and native Indian community. That unity in that brotherhood, in that sisterhood. And that's what the government fear the most, man. Seeing the black men, Hispanic, and Native Indian men coming together, man. They fear that if we get together, this nation gonna crumble. It's already crumbling right before our eyes. But our people don't see that. Because we too busy loving all nations, loving all people. Your Christianity pastor telling you to love everybody, forgive everybody. And that like that damn devil that killed that brother James Barton, I forgot his last name. While he was in, in his apartment, and she swore that she thought that was her apartment. Y'all live on two different floors. How the hell you thought that was your apartment? How you thought that was your apartment? And he watching TV, and she shot him. And now, what your Christian pastor teaches our people? Forgive. And that's what they did. Forgive that damn devil. And the judge even reading her verses, the lady that's supposed to be there combing her hair, they let you know how destroyed people really is, man. But you can't even go in your own neighborhood without the police harassing you, man. Without the police beating you half to death, man. That's why we tell our people, man, stop joining these police forces or military. Because when you join them, you're gonna think like the oppressor, and they're gonna make you hate your own people. And that's why them 5 black officers killed that brother, man. Because they thinking like the oppressor. Now they trained to hate their own people, man. Because like the scriptures say, they have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. So you join their forces, now it's either you're gonna hate your people, man. It's gonna make you to hate your own. And you can't be like the oppressor. You can't do what the oppressor do. And you see how quick they got fired ASAP. But the officers, they could kill brothers anytime. It's gonna be years before they get fired or whatever, or get sentenced to 10 or 15 years and then do 3 years and get the hell out on probation. And as for us, our eyes have yet fell for our vain help. It's a vain help, man. We asking these people for help, man, for justice. It's vain. It's nothing that you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the help that you want. You're not gonna get the justice that you're looking for, especially from the people that implementing that system to terrorize you, and you marching and begging them like you're not gonna get it. And our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They don't want to save you. They're not trying to save you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. This devil, the oppressor, is not trying to save you. They put that system in place for a reason, to keep you in fear, man, to keep you living in fear. That's what they implement their system for. So what makes you think they're gonna save you? What makes you think they're gonna help you out? What makes you think they're gonna give you justice, man? It's not. This system never gonna protect you. It wasn't meant to protect you. It was meant to protect everybody else, except if you're a black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. This system is not meant to protect you. Okay, let's see. Let's say the cost of police brutality is high. It said while many police brutality and fatal police shooting are not prosecuted in criminal court, they let you know right there, man. That's why they do it, and because they know they're gonna get away with it. They know they're gonna get away with it, man. It's either they get fired, move to another state, and apply right back for another police position and get in, do the same thing over. He said, while many police brutality and federal police shooting are not prosecuted in criminal court, victims and the family of victims have been able to pursue civil judgment, which costs millions of taxpayer dollars each year. But like they don't worth people's life, man. You just going around taking people's life because you know you could do it. You're gonna get away with it, or go to prison for a couple of years and get out. You know, that's where you get your policing from, man. Black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. It's not a system that was meant to protect you, man. Because they know they're gonna get away with it. They know they're not gonna get persecuted, man. They know they're not gonna do the whole 10 years, even if they do go get prison time. And the most they always give them is 10 years. And then they know, because they know they're not gonna do the whole 10. They're gonna do a few years and get out on probation. And that's why they do it. Or it's either they get fired from that job or going on administration leave without pay. And what you think they're gonna do? They've been doing it over and over, man. They've been doing it over and over. So that's why they could go in your neighborhood and terrorize you, terrorize the black neighborhood, terrorize the Hispanic Native Indian. Cause they gonna get away with that. Cause that's why they hunt our steps, and we cannot go in our own. We cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, and our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. We living by constant fear, man. We living by fear each and every day. Like each time a black man can get pulled over, the first thing he like, damn, you don't know what this day gonna bring. You don't know this, you don't know if this oppressor could be in a bad mood. He just itching, just looking for a reason to blow your head off, even though you ain't doing nothing wrong, even though it's just for a minor traffic stop. But he looking for a reason, man. He's already a ticking bomb ready to go off. That's what these oppressor is, man. They're a walking bomb that's ready to go off. In any moment, your life could be gone right there. Cause he got some issues at the house. His wife cheating on him, or do whatever nonsense going on. And you know who's gonna look to take his anger out? On you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. So him and his buddy ride around your neighborhood and just stop you for any reason, just to beat you half to death or blow your brains out. And say they feel their life wasn't, they feel that their life wasn't what they feel that their life was in danger. And that's justified. Or they get fired and go apply for a new job. As long as they did what they had to do, and then they took their anger out on you, man. We're gonna go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord and the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. And that's why they feel that they could do anything, man. Like I said, they know who you are. That's why they have this perpetual hatred for you, man. Because they know who you are, black man. And they know that the more you sin against the Most High, so that's why they put all these things out, all this agenda in front of you, so you could go by it. Because they know the more you sin against the Most High, the more the Most High is going to be against you. He's not going to be with you, man. That's why they say, I have offended not. They ain't offend nobody. They ain't offend the Most High. Because they know they have sinned against, we have sinned against our power, man. They know that the Most High is up with us, man. They know that we are God's chosen people. So that's why they throw all these things out in front of you, so you could follow the ways of the heathen. You could follow their culture, man. Celebrate their holidays, worship their gods, because they know that's gonna have you sinning against the Most High. Meaning they could do whatever they want now. Because that's why they say, I have offended not, and that's why they hold themselves not guilty. And that's why we're telling our people, man, look, man, come back to this law, statutes, and commandments, man. Serve your true power, man. Serve your God, man. And watch how the Most High destroy these people for you. Like this place is already criminal for all the evil that America has caused God did against God's chosen people. All the wickedness, man. And the Most High finna destroy them. That's why they say, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice. And that's the only one that's gonna give you justice, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. And they know that that's the only people that's the only person that could give you justice. They know you're not gonna get justice from them. They know you can just march, beg, whatever, throw your hands up, don't shoot, none of that nonsense, protest. They know they're not gonna give you justice. Because we don't sin against our power, man. And the system that they put in place for us isn't meant to protect you. Never have and never will. So you could do all that marching, all that begging, man. You're not going to get no justice, and they know it. So they say that we get right with the Most High, come back and keep the law, statutes, commitment, the Most High. And that's why we tell you, get the hell out of them Christian church, man. Because they tell you that the law's done away with. And we think they're telling the Christian pastor that, to tell them that the law's done away with. They learn from the oppressor. The oppressor teaches them that. So we could continue sinning against our power, our true God, man. And the more we keep sinning, the more they're going to keep oppressing us. The more, because they want us to be on the bottom, man. They want to keep their foot on our necks, man. They don't want us to rule over them because they know the Most High chose us to rule over them. So that's why they want you to keep on sinning, black man. They want you to keep on sinning. They don't want you to rule over them. They don't. What any oppressor want a black man or Hispanic or Native Indian man to rule over them? Because they remember the time in the Dark Ages, man, when we once ruled Europe, man. They remember how we ruled. They remember that we ruled over them. They don't want the same thing to happen, but it's gonna happen. No matter how much they trying to stop it, no matter how much they trying to keep our people sinning, our people gonna come back, man. Our people is waking up. God's chosen people is waking up, man. We seeing the truth now. We knowing who the truth is. ISUPK is the home of the truth. We teaching our people the truth of the Bible, man. Teaching our people their true heritage, their true culture, that they got a true God, that they need to come back and serve their true God, man. They need to come back and serve the Most High, keep His law, statutes, and commandment. Every time I drink this coffee, I always make my nose running. We're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. We're going to start on verse 49. Okay, verse 49. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagles fly, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So the oppressor, they know this thing here. They read the Bible, they understand the Bible, they understood what's going on. They knew who we are. They knew where to go and find us at, man, because they read the records. So that's why they continue doing the things that they're doing right now. And they say, we offend not. We ain't offending nobody, because the more we keep pushing all this agenda out for them, the more they accept it. And we're going to continue ruling over them. We're going to continue oppressing them. We're going to continue unaliving them and get away with it. Because the Most High is not with them right now. Their God is not with them right now, because they following our culture, which they don't have no culture. But we found the way they living, man. We worshiping their God. Verse 50. A nation of furious countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. They don't care if you old or young, man. They ain't gonna show you no mercy, man. And we see this going on. 60-year-old man getting shot, the 12-year-old boy getting put in chokehold. Even if you're a female, you pregnant, you getting tased in your stomach. Like, they do not care. They have no regard of the person of old, no show favor to the young. You see a black boy selling water, he get put in the chokehold. And a little white girl selling lemonade, they think that's the sweetest thing. Oh, she doing a good thing. She making money. Oh, but this black boy selling water, asking him with his permit. Why don't y'all ask that little white baby girl, whatever boy that selling lemonade, where they permit to do that? But y'all want to choke out a 12-year-old because he's selling water on a hot day? Ask him with his permit and put him in the chokehold. Then you know they show no favor to the young man. As long as you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, they is not gonna show you no favor. They ain't gonna have no sympathy for you, man. Putting their foot on George Floyd's neck until the man passed out and talking, screaming he can't, and yeah, that he can't breathe, he wanted his mom. And all Michael Brown screaming he can't breathe, and now you see all the press and making the memes about it on the floor with their necks talking about I can't breathe, I can't breathe. That lets you know what kind of society we live in. That lets you know what kind of world we live in, man. We live in a system where the oppressor don't regard your life, black man. They have no regard for your life, man. They don't care about your life. Like I said, they just look at you like some type of property that they could get rid of whenever they want, man. When they have no use of you no more, they get rid of you. But yeah, all people want to march and beg these people for justice, man. Like, Trayvon Martin, he just walking down the street. This damn oppressor want to act like he a police. The police told him, do not pursue, do not follow him. Now he done stole the gun for $250,000, half a quarter of a mil. Now he's selling Skittles, and you see people buying these things. They're taking it because they know because why? They have a perpetual hatred for you, man. The oppressor have a perpetual hatred for you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. And he said, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young, man. None of that, man. They don't care if you're old or young. You see what happened during the time of slavery? They had young kids picking cotton. They had our babies has alligator baits, man. Having our babies has alligator baits. They let you know that's who the scripture is talking about. It's talking about you, black man, and how the oppressor hates you, man. And how they don't care about you. They never have and never will. So you cannot go ask the people that have a perpetual hatred for you for justice or for peace, man. You're not gonna get peace. This is not your rest place, black man. You is never gonna find peace in this society, in this country, man. Because the system that they implemented in place for you is to keep you oppressed. It's not to protect, it's not to help you out in any type of way, man. It's to keep you on the bottom. So you can't ask a nation that don't help, that hate you for help, man, because it's not gonna happen. Let's see. But they gonna come when all that gonna seize, man. It's gonna come when the table gonna turn. The table gonna turn around, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian, man. I would tell you, come keep these law, statutes, and commitment to Most High, man, and watch how the table turn. And it's gonna turn. You don't have to beg the oppressor for justice because you're gonna get justice from the Most High. That's who's gonna give you justice, man. That's who you should be looking up to, looking forward to give you justice. Can I give a nation that cannot save you, that's not willing to give you no justice, willing to help you out for justice, man, for help of any type of way? You must look towards the Most High for that, man. So we're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 28, verse 4. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their envious. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. The Most High going to pay them back for what they have done to you, for all the demise and the atrocity they have committed towards God's chosen people, man. The Most High is going to pay them back. All you got to do is just serve the Most High, keep His law, statutes, and commandment. Do what the scripture tell you, man. Get in class, learn who you are, man, and know that you got a God. And these other nations, they don't have no God. They know that you have the only true living God. So they trying their best to keep you on the bottom. But the Most High gonna pay them back for what they have done to you. All you gotta do, serve the Most High, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man. We're finna go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and start on verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. So if you got, everybody got ears, right? He said, if any man have an ear, let him hear, man. Hear these words, man. Listen carefully, man. Hearken onto these words that's about to be read to you, man. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He said the same person that led blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian men into captivity shall go into captivity, man. And that's in the scripture. That's in the Bible. Letting you know that the Most High does not love everybody, man. Same way they led you into captivity, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, they shall go into captivity. He ain't say they might or they probably will. He said they shall go into captivity, man. That's why I say, if you ever hear these words, man, hearken to these words that's being read, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And we know what the modern day sword is, man. The modern day sword right now is the gun, man. Same way they unaliving the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian on the streets of America, man. Been in the street of America of your blood, they're gonna be unalived the same way, man. They shall be unalived by the sword. He said, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the fate of the saint. And that's what we're waiting for, man. And that's what we in the ICP on the Commander General, Johanna, we're waiting for that, man. We patiently waiting for this day to come. To the day, for the day that come that we have these other nations in captivity, man. And that's when you're gonna get your justice, black man, your salvation, black man. You're not gonna get your justice from the oppressor. You ain't gonna get no justice from this system, because this system was never meant to protect blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And with that, World ICPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Johanna. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. And with that, Shalom, Israel.